came across an article a while back that asked the question, is investing $25 a month worth it? Well, that's what we're going to answer today on the Financial Beanstalk. This article was written back in 2018, and the main focus was about counteracting fees that brokers and mutual funds charge to manage those investments. In today's world, where we all have access to commission-free trading through pretty much any brokerage, we don't really have to worry about fees eating away at our investments. With just a little bit of research, outside of YouTube dudes like myself, you can build a pretty sizable portfolio. Now I know what some of you are thinking, but Nick, you invest in ETFs and those charge an expense ratio. That's basically like a fee. You're right, but the most expensive expense ratio that I currently have is with SPHD, which charges a whopping 0.3%. Not 3%, 0.3%. Compare that to the average mutual fund, which charges anywhere between 1 and 3%. I'll gladly take that for a little bit of convenience. In my opinion, yes, it's absolutely worth it to invest $25 a month. I probably could have found at least $25 a month since the day I turned 18 that I could have stashed away, which would have been around $2,700 just in principal invested. Factor in an average of about 7% a year in total return, and I'd be retired at this point. Okay, not quite, but I would be a lot farther along than I currently am. $25 isn't a lot now, but kind of like what I've said before, you need to invest $25 before you get your account up to $100. You need to get to your account up to $100 before you can get up to $1,000. The point is you just have to start somewhere. And in a sense, investing $25 a month kind of trains you to get into a habit of investing and be willing to invest. You might hear a lot of people say, well, I'll invest when I actually have more money. But if you're not finding ways to invest now, what makes you think that once you do have more money, you won't just find other ways to spend it on random stuff instead of saving it? So get in this habit now, regardless of if you have $25 a month or if you even only have $10 a month. Just start. So let's talk about how to invest this $25 a month, because there are a lot of options out there, starting with actually investing in the stock market. You can find a lot of great companies that cost $25 per share, or less even, to start putting that money to work. I won't give you a ton of options because you do need to do your own research, but even if there's a company that you like that costs more than $25 a share, a lot of brokerages will offer fractional shares that you can invest in literally anything. This is something that has really kicked my investing into overdrive because it just makes me feel like I can put my money to work faster and invest in better companies if I don't have enough to buy a full share. Like I said, you can literally invest in anything, even Berkshire Hathaway, which currently costs $310,800. You could throw that $25 into them, hope it grows, and then sell it out or just hold on to it for the long term. The point is, again, to just start investing. As a primarily dividend investor, I think investing that $25 into a dividend stock is a great way to start because you'll invest that money, then you'll start getting dividends in, then you can start buying more fractional shares of that dividend, and it just gets that snowball rolling. Here's just a quick example using the Dividend Calculator on dividendladder.com. This isn't an endorsement of their blog, and they're not paying me to say this, although if they wanted to, I'm open to it. It's just a pretty cool tool that I found. So, our investment type, we'll just say portfolio, say it's a taxable account, we'll say that it's quarterly distribution since that's the most common for dividends, and we are dripping it, so we're reinvesting those dividends. We're starting with $25 a month, and our annual addition, since we're investing $25 a month, is going to equal $300 per year. We won't worry about taxes right now, and let's give ourselves a safe dividend yield of 3%. Again, we won't worry about expected increase per year, and since we're all long-term investors, we're going to invest this for 20 years. Hit calculate quick, and you can see after 20 years, our new principal after investing just $25 a month has grown all the way to $8,134.43, giving us a 35% return and an average annual return of 1.75%. So this just gives you an idea of how much your money can actually grow once you are just stashing a little bit away every month. Now I understand that not everyone wants to invest in the stock market right now, so there are some other options for investing that $25 a month. Option 2, instead of putting it in the stock market, is paying down your debt. Now there are a ton of philosophies around investing versus paying off debt, And you'll see people say, well, if the interest rate on your debt is below this certain percentage, you should invest your money because you can grow it quicker than that debt will accumulate more. Or you'll see people say, don't invest a penny until you're completely debt-free. Dave Ramsey. Honestly, paying off debt has been my focus since graduating college, just because I hate having that monthly payment go towards student loans. The quicker I'm able to pay off that, the better I feel. And I'll take that bit of relief over growing my money just a little bit more. In turn, the quicker the debt is gone, the more your income will be freed up to actually invest. So it's just how you feel about it on if you do want to pay off debt or invest with your $25 a month. Now there are a ton of debt payoff strategies, but we'll cover that in a later video. Now option 3 for investing that $25 a month is investing it in a course or a book. There are a ton of fake gurus out there, so please do your research before choosing this option. But putting this $25 a month towards that could give you a much better return on your investment than these other options. If you buy a book, for example, that's about how to start a business and you actually implement those practices, you could grow your money a lot more than a $25 stock, for example. I'm not going to pepper you with a bunch of affiliate links to courses and books you should invest in below, but if you do want some recommendations, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram and we can talk about it there. The last option we'll talk about today is taking that $25, buying something, and then flipping it for more than you bought it for. The reason I bring this one up is because it's something that I've done personally and I've been able to grow money fairly quickly flipping items. I primarily sell on eBay though, so the advice from this article still applies because you need to avoid the fees that they charge. You're not going to buy something for $25, sell it for $26, eBay takes their chunk, which is around 10%, because you'll end up losing money. That's not a good investment. On the other end, I found old video games at Goodwill, bought them for around $5 and sold them for about $15. Taken those profits, invested some of them in the stock market, and take the other half to buy more inventory. So if you know how to find undervalued items, you can grow that $25 fairly quickly. And a little pro tip, if you sell on Facebook Marketplace, they don't charge a fee, so you get to keep all your profits then. Just be safe and avoid sketchy people. Stalk their profile a little bit so you know what you're getting into when you agree to meet someone in a parking lot at 3 a.m. It really doesn't matter what you do with this $25 a month as long as you're A, starting to save, and B, doing something to grow that money. Personal finance is a lot like a diet. There's no one size fits all, so learn from a lot of different people, get a lot of different perspectives to find out what works for you. We could go into a lot more detail on these options, which maybe we'll cover all these options in separate videos to really get some good detail on them. But let me know in the comments below how you would invest $25 a month. And YouTube mumbo jumbo that subscribe and like button, because we all know that's the best way to invest. And we'll see you next time.